I'm Robin, and welcome to Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love, which is a game that is inspired by Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, and Story of Seasons, which for those who don't know is basically the actual Harvest Moon that we all know and love. Everything that's Harvest Moon nowadays is just it ripping off the name because the company kept the name, but the actual, if you like the old Harvest Moon games like Animal Parade, Tree of Tranquility, New Beginning, blah blah blah, all these other ones, it's under Story of Seasons now. Anyway, I'm going off, and I hope to get this video out soon to basically hype up the Kickstarter as much as I can to get more people involved so that we can unlock more stuff, because it's already been fully funded because it looks dope and it's caught Night and I's attention. So it is already a funded game, and so I also want to decide if this is a game I want to play more on the channel instead of just doing a quick demo. We'll see. We'll see if this is a series that Night and I want to do, but I figured I would go ahead and just record it to, again, hype up the Kickstarter, and I'm doing it alone because my internet sucks, so we're just gonna get right into it. I don't need to be rambling on anymore. So, new game. Gonna get all my reactions and... Okay, what is our name? We're not Serafina. I think that's the name. I'm gonna just go by Robin. I actually spelled it right this time. Yes, this is the name I want. Prologue. So I close my eyes to old ends and open my heart to new beginning. New beginning! Harvest Moon, a new beginning! Anyway. Okay. There's a leaf up here, which I imagine is save. Oh, menu. Hammer is settings. Okay, is there save? Can we save? I swallow a lump forming in my throat as my boss slowly brings his gaze up to meet mine. I want to mention, I'm probably not going to go for full voice acting, because there is, I think, some partial voice acting in this. I think wait, save might be here. Ha! I found it. I'm brilliant. Because I have not done vocal warm-ups, which I honestly should have before I do any claiming content, to be honest. And I had dairy, so that just screws up my vocal cords anyway, because that's just what happens, because milk, whatever, blah, 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 blah.
You're fired!
What did I do? Was, like, there a secret affair going on with, like, one of the other assistants on the other floors? Did I spill coffee way too many times? Did I accidentally lose some very important paperwork? Did I, like, trip a very important client on purpose because they were disrespectful? I don't know. What? If this is the type of work you deem worthy enough to submit us to after such a lenient deadline... Oh, it's the boss, not me. I was like, oh. If this is the type of work you deem worthy enough to submit to us after such a lenient deadline... Oh, I would hate myself so bad. I am such a perfectionist. Then I honestly don't have much else to say to you. But boss, wait, I can resubmit a new draft or make any changes. You had a lenient deadline, Robin! Come on! Use those smarts you're supposed to have because you're wearing glasses, and that... Actually, that stereotype is not true, but anyway. But, what exactly is wrong with the current proposal? I thought that...
Everything!
You don't need to yell at me! She just breaks out into literal tears and gross sobbing. I can't help but gulp as my boss narrows his eyes at me, slamming hands on the desk. I watch as he coldly taps on my art proposal before oh no, that's where we went wrong the first time, the art proposal. I bet it's like some stick figure thing, because that's the best of my art abilities. Oh no. This is not the level nor quality of work we expected when we hired you as the lead artist for this project, Miss Robin.
It's almost as if you deem this position to be a joke of sorts.
Just hear me being almost actually upset. Because I'm like offended on my own behalf, because I'm just like, I don't know if this Robin is incompetent, but like, if I was in that position, oh boy. Sir, I can assure you that is most definitely not the case. urgency in my voice pitches my volume higher, and I can't help but tense up in my chair. It isn't like that at all. I was beyond overjoyed and truly honored to be chosen for this project. Then I should have shown it better by actually doing decent work. I admit that perhaps my art's quality has not been the highest as of late, but I'm gonna change that. Please allow me to resubmit a new... No, and this is not something to be discussed. Desperation rises in my chest as I feel panic settle into my stomach, and I unconsciously stand up and bow my head. Sir, please, I'm begging you. I cannot afford to lose this position right now. The reason I haven't been able to concentrate is because I'm in the progress of getting evicted. Don't bring your personal problems into this. I mean, yeah, that's... I'm wasting too much time on this, but, like, he's not gonna care. You don't bring your issues into work, as awful as that kind of is, but that's just kind of the case. My apartment suddenly announced the demolition plans, and I've been swamped attempting to find a new place and finish this proposal, but I swear to you, I can...
Tell me, why is it that your excuses are always more creative than your art pieces?
That is a low blow. Damn, Robin. My heart feels like it's stopped in my chest as I stare at the pair of ice-cold eyes staring back at me that don't exist because this is just an office. Our boss doesn't have an actual physical appearance. It's a voice in my head. It's the lamp. Never mind. Our boss is this lamp. For a moment, I feel like a deer peering into bright, fast-approaching headlights, seconds from a tragic fate. I can only watch my boss open his mouth once again, grabbing my proposal, and he's going to rip it to shreds in front of me and throw it at me, isn't he?
Perhaps you should have become a writer instead, if you're so good at coming up with stories.
I'm actually not that good of a novel writer.
However...
We need an artist, not a writer. One that can deliver work, not excuses. I can feel my blood run cold as I watch my boss slowly grab my art proposal. The very same proposal I'd stayed up working day and night on for the last several weeks. The very same one that just a few hours ago I was so proud of.
Your proposal was... garbage, for lack of a better word.
Probably I'd have a backup, so like whatever, but that's not the case, I guess, for this. I hope you'll come to realize that as an artist, you suck! Go back to art college. He narrows his eyes as he opens the cover of my proposal one last time before looking back up at me. And, oh, never mind. It could have been worse. And throwing it in the trash. Ayo! You could have had a basketball career. You are an easily replaceable asset in such a competitive industry. I mean, he's not wrong at all. If you're going to spend more time fabricating excuses rather than meeting a client's minimal expectations, then perhaps you should have considered a different career choice.
You're not an artist. You're an amateur.
He's not wrong, realistically. As my current situation, or not situation, but as I currently am, I'm not an actual artist, so. And this company is not looking to employ amateurs. We are looking to employ professionals. One that you've already been replaced with. It's been my rival. It's Fairy Oak! Fairy freaking Oak! Damn. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. I watch as all sorts of people stream like ants throughout the city streets, each with their own destinations in mind. Okay, let me take just a quick look around this. Oop, I hit thing. Real fast. Okay, jewelry, healing, movie, it's probably theater. 30th, it's 30th something. There's a bird, so there's representation of me in this game, I see. Ooh, shiitake mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Okay, moving on. Eventually, I can't do much else and opt to stare into a lukewarm cup of coffee in front of me. Fired and getting called garbage right to your face, huh? I mean, if it calls it like he sees it. Definitely not how I expected my weekend to start. I feel like she'd have a little bit more of a feminine voice than I'm giving her, but like, should I try? I feel like I should, but My heart feels heavy as I look up from my drink to gaze out at a clear blue sky that seems to stretch on forever amidst towering skyscrapers. And to think of how beautiful a day it is today, it almost feels like the world's mocking me somehow. I'll voice act Robin. I won't voice act anybody else. I'll save that for when Night might play this, because we have a thing where she voices all of my love interests. Because I'm voicing the main character and such. My attention is diverted when I hear the sound of a child. They're laughing at me? My eyes trail over to a young boy tugging his mother's arm with one hand and clutching a small sketchbook in another as the pair sit down at a table near my own. He opens the sketchbook. This is what I've been replaced with. This is my right. Flipping to a page of a specific drawing before suddenly jumping up on the chair. The mother laughs as she watches her son strike the same pose as the crayon-colored character before her. Oh, this is Thunderman. I drew him during recess when everyone else was outside. Oh, he's a loner. He's bullied, isn't he? He has no friends. Why, he's so handsome. Look at all these details. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Munchkin. You're getting so good at drawing. Unlike us, the protagonist. Thanks, Mom. When I grow up, I want to become an artist and draw my own superheroes. Good luck, kid. This is a very tough industry. Oh, you're going to be a great artist, sweetie. I just know it. You're already so talented and you work so hard. What else do you need? Okay, I was about to say talent, but she kind of covered that. Dedication. Mental breakdowns and tears as you try to deal with deadlines and all that kind of stuff. Hand cramps, I imagine, from hours and hours of practice. Creativity, that's another one. I feel my grip on my coffee cup tighten as I watch the beaming child show his mom more and more sketches in his notebook. The little tramp. The sparkled look of joy, hope, and happiness that beams in his eyes, that this world has not yet crushed into tiny and tiny little pieces under its leather boots. It's one I remember well. It used to stare me in the mirror. I can't help but swallow the forming lump in my throat as I grab my drink and slam it into a nearby trash can, like my art proposal just 20 minutes ago. As I walk away from the tables, I shake my head sadly as the mother and son's laughter echoes in my ears and my heart. Don't be stupid, kid. As much as we all want it that way, the truth is, hard work doesn't guarantee anything in the real world. Okay, at least she's realistic. Only thing it'll earn you is realizing just how stupid those dreams of yours once were. For your sake, I hope along the path of life, you find something else that can make you smile like that. Like drugs! Don't listen to me, I'm sorry. Because art just isn't worth it. Take it from me. Okay, yeah, she's really dejected. Don't listen to her. There's a touch of reality still in it, but art, it's something we all really need in this world and always need more of. And if you are passionate about your art and passionate about bettering yourself and being good at what you do, then it will serve you well one day, even if you get rejected for things. Or this applies to like voice acting too. For like voice acting, you'll probably be turned down to so many projects before you ever land a role. Or you'll be turned down for many more projects than you'll ever land for a role. That's just kind of how it is. I honestly just kind of started doing my own projects personally because I got too stressed out, but I digress. If it's something you love, you should still kind of pursue it, even in the face of rejection, as hard as that is. Or maybe start your own projects. There's always that too. Without uttering a word, I quickly walk away to escape watching a shadow of what I once used to be too. A shadow of a happy, dreaming kid who loved what she did more than anything. The shadow of a person who doesn't exist anymore. End scene. I really like the music here, I want to say. Okay, let's have a quick glance around at everything. There's an anime girl, there's a bear. I can't read any of this, or would for you. There's a little guy and another one. Milky Way, it's a candy bar, I don't know. My feet carry me down familiar city streets as the evening sun begins to set and golden hues illuminate the sky. Why don't I pick up photography? I feel like maybe it would be a good photographer. But before I have a moment to take in the uplifting sight, an email notification from my phone commands my attention. Is it, basically any follow-up to me being fired? Never mind, it's me being evicted. Dear Miss Robin, this is an urgent reminder. Please be aware that you have 3 days to vacate the premises at 302 New Street Lane. The demolition of the complex will begin Monday morning at sunrise. All tenants and belongings must be removed by then. Any and all belongings that still remain in the property by next Monday will be considered garbage and thrown away. Please act accordingly. So if I'm just laying on the floor, am I the garbage I was just called by my previous employer? I need answers. Monday? What? I'm not trying to pick up the mic. That's impossible! No, it's not. They said it in the email, so obviously it's not impossible. At least it wasn't tomorrow, I guess. I gawk at my phone as I stop to read the full email, earning a few strange glances from other passersby. Okay, yeah, that works. As they judge me. My heart races in my chest as I frantically dial my landlord's number. After a few moments, a voice picks up.
Hello, this is Frank speaking.
Frank. Hey, Frank. Frank, this is Robin from apartment 302. I just got an email from the complex saying the demolition begins Monday morning? How was that possible when barely a week ago you told me I had another month to move? Stuff happens, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, about that, sorry for the confusion, but there's been a, slight change in the plan.
A slight change. A slight change, Frank. Come on, be frank with me here. What happened? I don't think that I'm funny. What? What are you talking about? Yeah, you see, the company that bought the complex wants to start building a water park on it ASAP, and the original agreement said a month.
The CEO called me yesterday and offered me $500,000 to start next week. Can you believe it?
Good for you, Frank. I'm happy, but I'm not happy for myself. What?
I know! Ain't that something? So, yeah, you gotta get out of there.
I love you, Frank. I mean, Robin in the game hates you, but Robin in real life adores you because I'm not actually in that situation. Because if I was in the situation, I'd hate you too. Frank, are you crazy? How am I supposed to find a place to live and move in 3 days? It's Friday!
Yeah, I understand and all that, but, money talks, baby!
See, that's basically what I said earlier. I'm sorry for the short notice, but I'll need you out pronto. But, Frank!
Oh, got another call coming in. Ain't much more to discuss, sweetheart. Deal's a deal.
A deal's a deal. I love how he called me sweetheart, and I brought it up earlier. Apparently I nailed the vibe, or just right. By Monday morning, I need you out of there. No ifs, ands, or buts. I scream out in frustration as the call drops and I can only gawk into my phone. By Monday? Where the hell am I supposed to go? I just got laid off, for God's sake! Taking notice of the passing strangers and nearby security guards shooting me curious glances, I feel my cheeks flush red in embarrassment. I clear my throat and continue walking forward as I have that I'm about to murder Captain America murder strut. I need to calm down or I'm going to risk getting arrested at this point too. That would just be the cherry on top of my day. But hell, at least I'll have a rent-free place to stay by Monday. Bro, go rob a bank. Like, let's go away. Ooh, oh no. Anyways, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Robin. Or Robin's stomach, I guess. Bro, just like federal heist. Although we're in Japan. I don't know the laws there, but still, like, go big or go home. Like, land several years in prison. Anyway, don't listen to my advice. Just as I attempt to calm myself by heaving a few deep breaths, my stomach lets out a disturbed growl. I rub my belly as I glance at the time. Ugh. And to top it all off, I haven't even been eating properly trying to meet that stupid deadline. I've already lost 3 pounds. What was it even for in the first place? Maybe I should just grab some fast food, go home, and try to plan out how exactly I'm going to survive the next 72 hours. I'm gonna hit my car too! This is the best day of my life! And it's in prison! Referencing my own videos. As I barely take a step forward, a speeding car honks angrily at me, causing me to quickly tumble backwards and attempt to dodge it. Does a cute guy catch me? And is it a meet cute? Is that what happens? Never mind. An angry looking man lowers down his window as he flashes me the finger. Here's the bird.
What the hell? Watch where you're going, lady!
I'm liking the voice acting in this. That's my line, you jerk! Where'd you learn to drive? I can't help but let out a shaky breath as I watch the driver flip me off again before angrily taking off and immediately crashing into the car in front of him because there was a red stoplight. I look down to catch the sight of myself on the floor, now with a few bleeding scratches adorning my hands and knees. I glance up to see people passing by, left and right, but no one bothers to help me. Not so much as even spare me a glance. I need to get out of this city, where no one cares about anybody but themselves, and they become robotic and cold. As I look up at the looming buildings on both sides of me, I can't tell what suddenly feels colder. The concrete of the floor, or the hearts of the... Okay, I guess I'm on the right track. Or the hearts of the people in this city. I was not on the wrong track, apparently. We were on a downtown street, too, by the way. Okay. I let out what feels like the millionth sigh of the day as I wrap my arms around my frame from the chilly night air that's begun to settle in. It's because you don't have an Alba Joe side jacket to warm you up, like I do right now. As my apartment complex finally comes into view, I can't help but stop in my place. Also, thank God for editing, because I am stumbling so much that it's going to just be cut out so you don't have to deal with it. Home sweet home, huh? Well, not for much longer anyway. As I reach for my keys, I catch sight of a wooden sign that seems oddly out of place, resting against a street light next to me. Semi-annual farmers market, last sunrise to sundown, today only. Oh, I guess I missed it. I raise an eyebrow in the direction the sign points as I tilt my head towards the entrance of a nearby park. Farmers market? Bro, it's already nighttime. I didn't even know those happened in this kind of city. But maybe they'll have something cheap and good that I can grab for lunch tomorrow. Bro, it's nighttime. I'm going to be disappointed. Just like the rest of your day. Just about anything's better than that nasty burger I had for dinner. Ugh. Got it from Nasty Burger, didn't you? With newfound interest, I decide to make my way towards the park. It's going to just be disappointment. That's how the whole day is gone. As I walk into the park, the realization of what time it is hits me as I watch people finish moving lunch tents and baskets into trucks. Damn, I missed it. I didn't realize how late it already gotten. The sign was probably up way earlier today, huh? Yay, more expired ramen for lunch it is. What a menu. Deciding to at least walk off 90% at least a 10% burger I grabbed for dinner, I stroll down the venue and spot various folk still packing. The rustic and humble-looking stalls of fruits and vegetables being sold grab my attention, but what intrigues me more is the people packing them. I watch as these vendors, most of whom are dressed in simple, warm clothes and mismatching colors, laugh and joke amongst each other. Many are covered in sweat and dirt from a hard day's work, but the look on their faces is what really captures my attention. Why do they look so happy? Despite the visible weariness of the day, almost every face I can spot is graced by an expression of utmost joy. As they chat amongst each other and continue packing, one would assume that perhaps they had the best sales day of their life. But the many carts of unsold fruits and vegetables in the back of several trucks dictates otherwise. They seem so genuinely happy. I can't help but to feel a little jealous. As I smile sadly and continue walking forward, I almost near the end of a long street. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, a big sign decorated with vibrant flowers catches my attention. Help wanted! Various positions open at Peachleaf Valley. Leave the city life behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. And this is obviously not a ploy to actually sell you. I find my eyes transfixed on the words written before me. For some reason, I can't help but read the sign over and over again, almost as if waiting for the words to sink into me. Leave the city behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I can live out my Harvest Moon dreams. I can only blink blankly as I mumble the line out loud, but the sudden sound of approaching footsteps distracts me. I turn to look into the face of a short, old man with a funny-looking mustache. That would fit perfectly in a Harvest Moon game, I imagine. The man shoots me a kind smile as he places a small crate of flowers down next to him before motioning towards the sign.
Evening there, missy. I'm afraid you're a bit late for the market.
Sorry.
Seems you might have missed all the good deals, but, well, are you interested in hearing more about the valley by chance?
I am. Give me all the details, dude. As if his question snaps me back into reality, I find myself instinctively shaking my head as like, no, Robin, come on. Oh no, sorry. I was just taking a look. I'll be going now.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Have yourself a good night, young lady. Again, I'm not doing any voice acting besides Robin. Oh, in here. Oh, thank you. I can't help but blink twice as the man holds up a pretty flower to my face, the same types as the ones filling the crates next to him. I'm sorry, I don't really have any money on me and...
Now.
Gifts aren't meant to be paid for, you know? At his warm words and tearful expression, I can't help but smile shyly as I take the vibrant, blooming flower from his hand. Thank you. It's very beautiful. Ain't it? Now go on and make sure you take an extra blanket to bed with you. It's getting awfully chilly these nights around here.
Wouldn't want you catching the sniffles for fun.
Maybe that's what I want. I nod my head as he shoots me away before turning around to continue loading more crates into the back of a small truck. As I turn around and continue my stroll forward, an appreciative smile forms on my lips. I bring the flower to my nose and immediately sneeze because it was filled with pollen. A sweet, gentle scent fills my senses and I can't help feel my smile grow. You know, that's probably the nicest conversation I've had in weeks. I secretly glance back at the old man as he waves over at another vendor while beaming a giant smile. The sign that I was so previously fixed on seems to glow as a beam of moonlight reflects off. That's a sign if I've ever seen one. I look down at the small flower in my hand as I twirl it. Just leave everything behind and start a new life in a little valley town, huh? Even just thinking about it seems so crazy. Almost like it's not even real. I just can't imagine it. My pace eventually slows down as I stop completely. A few moments pass before I hesitantly turn around to look at the sign again. No, it's beyond crazy. It's more like impossible. Even for someone like me, who's never left the city before. Trust me, Robin, it's way better. Actually depends on where you move to. Some places are definitely, we don't like your kind around these parts, you know, but you know. I mean, come on, let's be real. I wouldn't even last a day without proper Wi-Fi. Without proper Wi-Fi. I'd probably go insane or something. My thoughts oppose my actions as I find myself standing once again in front of the sign. So, why? As I reach out a hand to touch the words in front of me, I can't help but feel tears begin to prickle in my eyes. As I trace the words, fresh new start with my finger, I can feel my throat tighten. So, why does something so ridiculous, so absolutely absurd, just sound like a dream to me right now? Why does such a small act of kindness from a stranger have me feeling like this? because you're desperate for something new and to feel appreciated and to be happy. All at once, it feels as if the weight of it all has finally caught up to me. I feel a lump form in my throat as I desperately try to swallow the forming emotions inside of me. My emotions kind of act like this. It probably does for a lot of people too, but I know I definitely get a lump in my throat when I'm on the verge of tears. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. Mood, Rob. Mood. It seems nothing ever goes the way I hope it will, and well, I don't really know what to do anymore. Can I go? Can I go to Peachleaf Town, please? Somehow, it feels like everything I do is hopeless. I let out a shaky breath as I hear a pair of slow footsteps approach me. I don't even attempt to hide the tears welling in my eyes as I slowly look up to see the old man's face from before. He shoots me a warm, sympathetic smile as he points to the flower in my hand.
You know, where I'm from, that flower there is usually given to people who leave on a journey.
Okay, let me just fiddle with some settings real quick and turn the music down a small bit and turn the voices up a little bit because he sounds a little quiet. It's a way for hope for prosperous new beginnings, wherever they might find themselves.
Some might lose their way, but
the flower is meant to remind them that no matter where along the path of life they might be,
they can always start again.
This game is very relevant, probably for a lot of people, and it's definitely probably something I myself also need to keep in mind. I'm buying the full game. I don't care. I'm gonna have to. I'm enjoying this so much, and I've just started. As I stare into the old man's eyes, I can't help but smile for only the second time today. His words resonate deeply within my heart. If I sound off, I keep accidentally biting the side of my tongue for some reason. I just did it as I was saying that. Anyway, I apologize if you even notice. I gaze into the beautiful petals of the flower in my hand, and for a second, it almost feels like they themselves are cheering me on. I feel a gentle hand place itself on my shoulder as I look up once again.
What's your name, Missy?
Steve. It's Robin.
A fine name at that.
Oh, thank you. Wish it was my real name. Do I, though? I mean, I could legally change it, but, you know.
Tell me, are you interested in hearing more about the valley?
Tell me everything, Mr. Man.
It's never too late to start a brand new adventure, ain't it?
Can I actually go to Peachleaf Town, please? Please? Let me in! Shakes the bars of the gate. If there's even a gate, I don't know. I chuckle as I wipe a few more stray tears from my eyes and nod my head resolutely. I am interested. Could you tell me more? And I just got stabbed. It's incredible how the decisions that have the power to change our lives completely seem to happen in the blink of an eye. And from those very decisions, the seeds of our futures sprout and bloom into the very lives set out before us.
Well, here we are.
Okay, his name is Earl.
Welcome to the valley.
This is a forest.
Is what I'd originally say, but
Unfortunately, our destination lies just beyond this here trail of tricks, as I call it. Oh no, they're trickster spirits. I climb out of the passenger seat of Earl's truck as I look into a dense, steep mountain trail. Time to hike, boys. Rolls up the bottom of my jeans and get some hiking boots. Let's go. Trail of tricks? She looks like Aerith, so I kind of want to voice her like how I've voiced Aerith before. Like the singular line I've had as her.
this one's a bugger.
For folks heading up into the valley, it gets real slippery due to the rain this time of year. However, for those crossing by foot, there's a short little forest path right through there that'll get you to the other side in less time than you can say moo. Will we be going by foot the rest of the way then?
Well,
As much as I enjoy nature, I'd hate to leave my truck here to it, especially filled with all my flowers and veggies still on board.
Here's what we'll do.
You go on ahead through that path by foot, and I'll meet you on the other side once I get this darn truck over this here trail. Sound alright? No, I'm gonna be eaten by bears and mosquitoes, and I'm gonna accidentally eat poisonous berries and fall into a bush of poison ivy, and I'm gonna die. Are you sure you can get the truck up there by yourself, Earl? Earl lets out a roaring laugh as he places his hands on his small, thin waist before patting the back of his truck.
Oh, you bet.
Me and old Bessie here have been together for a lot tougher than this, I'll tell you that. It just gets to be a real bumpy ride up there, and I'd hate for you to get all green and goobery on me. I'm better than that. Besides, get you warmed up for walking. You'll be doing lots of that where we're going. Yeah. What if I got like a pony? Hear me out, Earl. I can't help but chuckle as Earl's positive demeanor shines through my worries. That is until I trip and fall on my face and immediately faceplant into the mud. I nod my head and grab a small bag as I head towards the opening of the forest path he pointed out. I'm probably going to meet someone in here. Well then, I'll take your word for it. I'll head on through and see you in a bit.
It'll be a darn jiffy.
Make sure you stay on the path now, you hear? Can't be losing you in the forest on your moving day, because then how you'll pay the rent. You see, I wouldn't know what to do with all your pink suitcases. They don't match my eyes one bit. Earl earns another laugh out of me as we wave to each other before I walk through a small open path between several bushes. This is really pretty. Load game. I don't know how to make this go down. I don't remember how they did it in other lands. Oh well. Anyway, as I walk through the dense shrubbery, I can make out a visible path heading towards an opening not too far away. And clutch my bag closer as I begin my trek while panning my head around to take in the sights, slowly snapping pictures for my Instagram. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen this much green before in my life, other than my eyes, of course. Even the air feels so different here. It feels so fresh. Yeah, it would. You darn city girl. Anyway. I walk forward a few more steps as I take in the emerald scenery around me. Trees, plants, and flowers, some of the likes I've never seen before, all seem to quietly bloom in place. I can hear the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, as an incredibly calming sensation seems to reverberate through the entire area. This place feels so soothing, almost like it's... My inner monologue is interrupted as I unexpectedly bump into something soft. Is it a bear? I bring my gaze forward only to stare into the greenest pairs of eyes other than my own I've ever seen. What? Surprised by the sudden proximity of a stranger peering into my face, I quickly step back only to misstep and fall ungracefully on my butt. Oh, hello there. Just give me a moment. Oh, I'm a sucker for a voice. Oh, I got to meet him so early on. He has been unlocked for DLC at this point in the Kickstarter. So has his, is it his brother? His next brother in line, which is a water guy. The fire guy has not been unlocked. And there's a social one to unlock the Dilf. So, is he an actual Dilf? I don't know, but he looks like one. Anyway, as I mutter a small groan, I look up to see the stranger chuckling softly to himself. He's pretty. Green hair and... what's with his clothes? Is he some kind of fae or something? Am I hallucinating? Did I accidentally inhale like mushroom spores or something? Are those kind of mushrooms even in the forest? Don't you have to actually eat those? The stranger extends a hand to me with a warm, silent smile. I eye it for a few moments before choosing to accept his help. With a strange amount of ease, the stranger helps me back up to my feet as I shyly glance up at him. Despite his strange looks, he boasts a beautiful, almost ethereal visage. And somehow, as if just standing near him makes me feel incredibly calm. I can't help but catch myself staring as I quickly clear my throat. Nice chest. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I probably should have been watching where I was going. That's a nice voice you got right there, dude. The stranger tilts his head as he shoots me another warm, silent smile. My eyes instinctively widen as he suddenly reaches towards the side of my face before slowly pulling out a 4-leaf clover from thin air. Did you lose this? Huh? A clover? Was it stuck in my hair or something? I tense up as the stranger gently grabs my hand and places it in the center of my palm without a word. I can't help but stare at the small clover for a few seconds before clearing my throat and looking back up, only to notice that he was gone. Oh, no, I'm still here. His name is Eden, I believe. I don't remember hardly anybody else's names for the most part, other than like 2. I don't remember the names of his brothers or guys that are have powery stuff like him. Thank you for the help. These usually represent good luck, don't they? The stranger nods at me while flashing me a silent smile, and this time I can't help but flash one of my own. So, are you from around here? What's your name?
Hey, kiddo! You over here yet?
I turn towards the opening of the path as the sound of Earl's voice booms through the quiet forest. Several leaves seem to rustle as a few woodland creatures scatter about, rushing back into the trees. He's gonna be gone. Just as I turn around again to face the stranger, I find the spot he stood in just a second ago. Okay, yeah, just a second ago, to be completely empty. What the? Where'd you go?
Can you hear me? Don't tell me you actually got lost in there.
We don't need to be sending any more search parties this week. No, I'll be right there. My eyes dart around the dense greenery around me in a last-ditch attempt to spot any signs of the young stranger, but to no avail. I'm imagining like he just does like a couple like quick hops before like kind of dashing off and just like diving into the greenery to get away from us because he wants to remain mysterious or whatever. And how he did it silently, I'll never know. He's gone, as if he vanished into thin air. And in the place he stood just mere seconds ago, small flowers now seem to be blooming from the ground, almost as if he has foresty powers or something. I shake my head of any strange thoughts as I focus my attention back towards Earl's voice and head to the end of the trail. So we met one boyo so far. My breath hitches as I stare out into the magical view that lies before me. That's dope. If I could live in a small village and be happy without internet and stuff, this is probably the kind of place I would want to live. And I can bake bread for the village. That's the dream. Whoa! Rolling hills, all covered in blooming flowers, seem to stretch on forever as they all meet the silhouette of a distant town. From this elevation, I marvel as both snowy, looming mountains and a sparkling ocean also meet near the town to create a breathtaking display of nature. There's also that one volcano tucked in the corner, but it's hard to notice with all the clouds. I don't know if there's actually a volcano. Don't take my word for it. It probably isn't. I can't help but break into a genuine laugh as a slight breeze picks up, and it seems as if all the flowers begin to dance in the wind around me as my phone goes off to distract me, because it's 10 o'clock. It's not actually a message or anything.
This here's my favorite part of the whole trip.
Pushing people down this hill! He pushes us and we just start tumbling down. I look over to see Earl and his trunk now parked beside me as he looks out over the view with a tender, loving smile.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley.
And that's where we end the video. Actually, I don't know. I'll continue this. That might actually be the whole demo. I don't know. Actually, it is. Okay. I guess I was right in my guesstimation. The fate grants her another chance to turn over a new leaf. Isn't that right here in this faraway valley where animals don't cross, where the sky, sea, and land meet, and a brand new story is about to begin.
丘を越えて広がるお日様の満月
the heroine. I love this boy so much. He's a baker. It says right here. Night successfully guessed that would be my boy. She's like, she took one look at him and be like, that's Robin's boy. And this is her boy, Hunter. He's cool too. And I think he's Jude's best friend or something like that, because she was reading a little bit. That's I think the DILF. That is the social one that you could unlock. There's the forest boy. And yeah, the ocean boy, I don't remember his name either. And him, he's my second favorite. Oh wait, red feathers. Oh, I didn't notice those. No wonder I liked him. Okay, yeah, now live on Kickstarter, which will be linked below, and I would have linked it into the... Oh, wait. Is there more? You'll have to wait for more after the Kickstarter launches. So, thanks for watching, guys. Go support the Kickstarter if you want to support the Kickstarter. And Night and I will probably play this game when it releases. Again, thank you for watching. I forgot my outro for a second. MR, over and out.